In a quiet village surrounded by mountains, there lived a man named Harun. For 40 years, Harun worked the same job, lived the same routine, and followed the same path he never questioned. He always said the same thing whenever someone asked about his dreams. "It's too late for me now." But life has a way of surprising those who have already given up on themselves. One cold morning, Harun's employer announced that the company was closing. After decades of hard work, Harun walked home with a small envelope and a heavy heart. Everything he had built his life around was suddenly gone. People whispered, "Poor Harun. Life ends at 60. But Harun didn't feel sad. He felt empty. For the first time in decades, he had no routine, and he didn't know who he was without it. A few days later, while cleaning his shed, Harun found something covered in dust, an old pottery wheel he bought in his 20s but never used. He touched it gently, almost afraid. A forgotten spark flickered in his chest. "Maybe it's not too late," he whispered to himself. That night, Harun made his first bowl. It was crooked, uneven, and misshapen. But to him, it felt like magic. He stayed up until sunrise, shaping clay with trembling hands. Not because he had to, but because it made him feel alive. When the villagers learned Harun was trying to become a potter at 60, they laughed. "Why start now? You're too old for this. No one will buy your work." But Harun kept shaping clay. Every day, even when his hands hurt, even when the bowls broke, even when he felt foolish, because for the first time in his life, he wasn't living for approval, he was living for himself. Weeks passed, months passed. Harun's bowls improved, the cracks disappeared. His hands became steady. One day, a traveler walked into the village and saw Harun's pottery displayed in front of his house. He stopped. He picked up a cup, then another, and then another. "How much for this set?" the traveler asked. Harun was shocked. No one had ever wanted to buy anything he made. The traveler smiled. "These pieces, they feel alive." Word began to spread. Travelers came from nearby towns just to buy Harun's pottery. Within a year, Harun had a small workshop, a signboard, and students who came to learn from him. One of them asked, "Master Harun, how did you start so late?" Harun smiled gently and said, "I didn't start late. I started when I became brave enough to begin." Harun's life didn't end at 60. It began at 60. And so will yours, whenever you decide to begin. You are not too old. You are not too late. You are not finished. You are one decision away from starting the chapter that changes everything.